Hey everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy here. Thanks as always for watching the video. I've got another Mizuno product review to do today. I've already done the review on the ST driver and now it's the turn of this fella, the GT driver. Lots and lots to talk about, so I'm always saying this these days because I have to talk a lot of tech spec first. If you want to skip all the tech spec, I'd suggest you advance the video on about 4 minutes or so and you can get to the hitting bit. But if you can, stay with me because it's worth talking about this club because there's a lot going on. So first thing to say, lovely head cover, very distinctive. We've got this sort of mitten style boxing glove cover, really high quality. We're going again, like in the ST, with the Mizuno blue, okay, which looks really nice in this matte finish. The big difference between the ST and the GT is what's happening in the bottom. A lot of adjustability. We saw this on the previous model. We had a lot of adjustability, and this is kind of taking it on to the next level. The possibilities in how you can set this driver up are huge because we've got a lot of upmarket, aftermarket shafts available as well. So by the time you've looked at all the different shaft options available and how you can set this driver up, you are definitely going to have to go for a professional fitting. If you try and buy one of these off the shelf, folks, you're going to struggle to get it set up correctly for you. Let's tell you a little bit about the tech. So the GT180 driver, the tagline for this driver is saying more ball speed and more possibilities. We've got an expanded range of draw, neutral and fade settings, and what we're using here is two 7-gram weights which can be moved around. I'll give you a little close-up shots of it. You can see here the weight can go in the toe of the club, it can go down in the heel. We've got two toe settings, two heel settings. We've got one here which sets the face to either neutral, open or closed. And then in the mid slot here, this is to do with really the launch angle. We can get the ball launching high, mid or low, so it's affecting launch angle and backspin rate. So I guess playing, and we don't forget the loft settings. We can go from 7.5 through to 11.5. And we've got upright settings in 8.5, 9.5 and 10.5. So I like to play devil's advocate sometime with these reviews. I think this is the ultimate driver if you like to tinker around with driver settings and kind of find the perfect set for you. You're definitely going to need some sort of launch monitor to look at launch and spin to be able to do that. I guess the only negative thing I could say about this driver is it may be too much going on it. Is it making it more difficult to set up? Is there too many possibilities? That would be my only negative to say about it. What else can I tell you? We can obviously change the setup to suit the time of season as well. So when the ground's really hard and running, you might want a slightly lower trajectory, get that ball out there and running a bit. Come the winter time, so over here in the UK, you want a higher launch, keep the ball up in the air. And also you can change the setup, to suit any swing changes. If you're going from a fader to a draw or vice versa. We're seeing the SP700 Core-Tech face, which we see on the ST. That's all about creating high ball speeds. We've talked about the extended range of shafts. We'll put some graphics up just to show you. There are lots of them. 45 inches long, which I love. Lost between 7.5, 11.5. And inside, again, like we've got on the ST, we've got this waffle crown technology. We can't see it. It's all in the top of the crown here underneath. It's all about saving weight so they can reposition it. So, wow, a lot to talk about there, wasn't there? Best thing we can do is get over in the hitting area, hit some shots and see how it goes. Let's go. Okay, time to hit this Mizuno GT180 driver and see how it performs. I've got it set to 9.5 loft. I've got both the weights set into the middle track here. This is in one of the neutral settings or straight settings. Tempting fate, isn't it? Got the Kurakage or Kurokage shaft fitted in here. Got Pro V1 balls down on the deck. Let's give this a hit, see what we think, shall we? Oh, not a bad one for starters. Certainly very, very straight. Looks like it's pitching in right on that 250 mark. Hit that good, actually. Centre strike. Tell you, it feels And I hope you understand what I mean by this comment when I say it. Feels really solid. The noise of it as you hit it, it's not particularly loud and springy and tinny. It seems to absorb the shock. What have we got? 102 miles an hour club speed, 250 carry, 2620 spin from a 13-degree launch. Happy with that. You know, I might be able to fiddle around with these weights and move the weights a little bit further forward, dial out some of that spin, maybe get it down to 2000-ish. What would that do? May give me a little bit more yardage, but 250 is okay. I'm happy with that. Let's go one more. I'll just push that one out to the right. We'd still find fairway. It's absolutely fine. Carry up a little bit. I'm guessing around about 252, something like that. 251. Bring up those numbers again. Spins come off there a little bit, down to 2350 spin, 13 launch, 251 carry, 19 yards, 19 yards right of centre. That would generally pick up the fairway, wouldn't it? Unless you're playing on a super tight course. But yeah, we're going to go one more. Slightly bottomy strike, but good result. Tell you this, what I like about this driver, the previous model was an excellent driver. When you caught it out the middle, that thing went like nothing on earth. It was super powerful, but it was one of those drivers for me, and this is a personal opinion, when you misstruck it, you really got beaten up. I've hit a couple of strikes there which haven't found the middle of the club, but I've got brilliant results from them. All hit fairway. Last one looks like a little bottomy, didn't it, by the change in launch. There we go, launch is down at 9.4, spinning up a little bit high, but you know, 242 carry, so I can't really argue with those numbers. If we just have a look at the overall performance, averaging 247, which is pretty good. And as I say, I think if I fiddled around with maybe different shaft options, moving these weights a little bit more forward, I reckon I could tune this driver up to create some very low spin. So there we are, the GT180 driver. Very, very interesting. If you like to fiddle, if you like to experiment, if you like tech, if you're that sort of golfer, then this is probably a driver worth looking at for you. If you're one of the golfers who just likes to keep things simple, you want to go 10.5 regular, not worry about moving weights around, then this probably isn't the driver for you. Definitely need to go and get fitted, everybody. Trying to second guess this drive without a launch monitor is pretty near, and I know you can look at ball flight, of course you can, might give you the ideas, but it needs tuning in, dialing in with a fitter to help you do that. It's a very, very good club. It's a great addition to the range. It's the GT180 driver by Mizuno. Go on the website, check it out for all the spec and tech. Thanks for watching. Post your comments down below. I'll be back soon with more reviews. All the best and bye for now.